In this episode of Atari 2600 Hacks, we're going to take a look at Space Invaders. So, Space Invaders was the system seller for the console, and there have been many hacks made for that game since. So many, in fact, that we have to do it in two parts. So, let's look at part one and check out these awesome Space Invaders hacks. This first hack is called Alienated Balloons and Umbrellas. The enemies are white, while the barriers in your ship are green. The barriers themselves are umbrellas, while the UFOs are balloons. This game also has double shot ability, which changes the gameplay a bit. But you could do this with the original 2600 version by pressing reset while turning on the console. This next one is called Alienated Bricks and Saucers. The game is basically the same as the previous one, with the exception that your barriers are brick walls, while the UFOs are UFOs. Both of these versions are fun to play. The double shot can really help you get your high score. This next hack is called Amanda Invaders. So the alien sprites have been changed to spell Amanda. Your ship also looks like a girl. So I'm not sure if the person who changed this game really liked or hated Amanda, but at least the UFO is very nice to you. It says hi every time it comes out. So Arcade Space Invaders is one of my favorite hacks of Space Invaders. The reason is that it would have been a more accurate port back in the day. The sprites have been changed to look more like the arcade version, but the sounds and the gameplay are basically the same as the original. To me, it's the best of both worlds. But don't get me wrong, I love the original 2600 Space Invaders. But I just wonder how much more people would have loved the original had it been more like the arcade game. This hack is called Atari 2600 Invaders. In this version, the sprites have been changed to different characters in 2600 games, including the bear from Crystal Castles, the helicopter in Chopper Command, the scorpion in Pitfall, a spaceship which I think is from Cosmic Ark, and Pac-Man. The UFO coming out is actually one of the planes from Chopper Command. This one's just called Atari Invaders. The sprites have been changed to other Atari 2600 characters, including the Pac-Man Ghost, a duck from Carnival, Pitfall Harry, a football player from the original football, Pac-Man, and one of the robots from Berserk. And the UFO is one of the biplanes from Combat. This is Beast Invaders. This game has various animals including giraffes, camels, wildebeest, rhinos, bulls, and hyenas. Your ship looks more like the arcade version as well as the UFOs. So, yeah, Beast Invaders. This hack is called Berserk Invaders. The aliens are Evil Otto and the robots from the 2600 version of Berserk. The sprites are different colors, and the barriers all have the letter B in them. Your ship does look more like the arcade version. The sounds are different in this game, and it also has double shots. This is a fun version. This is called Better Space Invaders. It's a really fun version. The sprites look more like the arcade version. The sounds are improved, and the shots seem to fire a bit quicker in this version. I think this was hacked to look and sound more like the arcade version. It was really well done, and another one of my favorite hacks of Space Invaders. This is called Borg Wars 3 Invasion. In this version, you're a starship based on Star Trek, and you're shooting the evil Borg race. The color scheme is interesting, and the barriers change color during gameplay. So this version is called Communist Invaders from Space. and was programmed by my friend Scott Dayton. This has a rainbow color scheme, double shots, and upgraded sounds in the game. This is a very fun version to play. There's just something about the double shots that is very satisfying. A lot of fun. So this is Candy Invaders. It's basically the same game as Amanda Invaders, but this time you're shooting candy. This version is called Cylon Invaders. In this hack, you play as part of the crew of the Battlestar Galactica, and you have to shoot the evil aliens called Cylons. Other than sprite changes, this game isn't different than the original Space Invaders as far as I can see. Dup Invaders. I don't know. Dup Invaders. This version is by Ron Corcoran. And you shoot sprites that rotate from the letters DUP and from what appears to be unicorns. Not sure what DUP stands for, but again, other than sprite changes, there really aren't any differences in this hack. Face Invaders. Get it? Face Invaders. Well, instead of alien ships, these are faces, and they flash. Other than that, there isn't really anything special about this hack. Well, if you have epilepsy, you might want to fast forward. This is called Fish Revenge, and in this game, your sprite is what appears to be a spear gun. And every time you shoot, the screen changes from pale blue to pale yellow. And you shoot a fish instead of aliens. The UFO is also an octopus. It's kind of a unique hack. This is Garden Invaders. In this hack, you're pesticide, and you have to destroy the invaders in your garden. These include moths, scorpions, centipedes, worms, spiders, and ladybugs. Many of these sprites also look like ones from 2600 games. In Halloween Invaders, the enemies are bats, cats, spiders, ghosts, eyes, and witches' hats. The sprite colors have changed, and the UFO is actually a pumpkin. But other than that, the sounds and the gameplay are basically the same, although you can actually shoot between the eyeballs and miss. This next hack is called Hippie Invaders. It's really cool. The enemies have a rainbow color to each individual sprite, and they look more like the arcade sprites in shape, including your cannon. Your cannon, barriers, and scores also have color changes from the original game. And the double shot is also back. This is a very fun version to play. This is called Invaders from Space. In this hack, the alien sprites are different. The score font has changed slightly, and the barriers have a breach in the middle of each. But the sounds, colors, and gameplay are basically the same. This is called Joshua Invaders. It's basically the same as Amanda and Candy Invaders. What else can I say about it? This version is called Kill Dr. Phil. So in this hack, you shoot a likeness of Dr. Phil and the letters that spell ham. I'm guessing ham is bad for you. Your protective barriers are also TVs. Other than some color changes, this isn't a special hack, but it's something different. This is called Mega Invaders. In this hack, your enemy aliens are actually sprites from the Atari 2600 classic Mega Mania, including tires, diamonds, irons, cookies, and bow ties, and centipedes. The UFO is one of the UFOs from Mega Mania as well. The colors in the gameplay haven't changed, but it's still a cool hack. So this hack is called Multicolor Space Invaders for obvious reasons. The sprites vary in color, and the barriers are all numbered. Visually, it's kind of cool, but the gameplay really hasn't changed much in this version. Well, that's part 1 of 2 in the series of Space Invaders hacks. I'll have part 2 very soon, so be sure to come back, because if you like these versions, you're really going to like the next ones. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.